It is my plan this morning to get the first coat of our number 77 on these decks here. And remember, don't turn it face up, keep it face down. Now, there's not a whole lot in there, and I'm noticing it's getting you might say thick, but that'll be okay. I'm going to start out with my little brush and see how it goes here. I know I should use the little brush just, to get up to the edges instead of the larger one here, which actually is also a very small brush compared to what you would use to paint a house. But we're not painting the house, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's just see what we can do here. And I think I'll just start over on this edge here and just work my way around. You know what? I gotta put my stronger glasses on. I better rearrange everything too here. I better resample here because in all likelihood my brush is slightly dried up a little bit. Probably about 3 or 4 minutes has passed. Get the paint in the bristles. All right. Now I am going to have to give this 2 coats. I'm losing my light here. I'm going to have to readjust my light. I should be playing banjo music or something here while I'm doing this. All right, now I think probably could use the wide brush to fill it in. Yes, we'll start over here again. Now I know I've said this before, it kind of looks a little bit blotchy, but I have found that after the second coat is on, any blotchiness that you do see almost looks like it could be, weathering. That might be a little bit too heavy there. Now right here there's going to be I believe it's one of the quad guns, either that or a searchlight, I'm not sure. Guess we'll find out later. Okay, Is there any other place there that should have a, looks like bare plastic coming through? Well, this tongue thing is probably going to be stuck in a slot on the side of the superstructure. Okay, 3 more to go. I checked the manual just a minute ago, and it is searchlights that go on these, both on the other one that we just painted, and also this one here, which is of a different style. Now, I don't know if it's a good idea or not to be using my wide brush here, but I'm just going to try it because probably get a little bit faster coverage here. On the other hand, it might just wick its way right up the side of the splinter guard. Yeah, that's what's happening. Well, I can imagine that after the searchlight is on here, we're not going to notice that it went up the splinter guard just a little bit here. Okay, now we'll just fill it in a little bit. Let it dry. And we'll put the second coat on. Kind of looks a little bit thin right there, but maybe not. Okay. Now I'm going to do the other two the same way. I know it looks like I missed a little bit right there by the hole, but then the searchlight base is going to be covering that up anyway, so no use filling it up with paint. Now I was talking about that the backside or the underside of the treads on some of these ladders might be seen, and I'm just thinking that maybe what I should do is see if I can carefully get them off of the double-sided tape here. I don't think they're stuck on real hard, but I still got to be careful where I pry up on them so that I don't accidentally bend the railing or chip off the paint. So maybe I should come at it from underneath and not pull on the railing. Maybe better if I grabbed it by the back of the sill here. Now, I realize I said sill, but I meant stringer. Okay, now let's turn it over and see what we got. Very carefully here now. Come on. Oh yeah. I don't know if you can see that, the way the light's hitting it, the bare photo etch is glinting really bad, so I'm going to have to try and brush that. Being as I've got the number 77 out right now, I may as well use it. Yeah, or should I use the airbrush? Now, if you've been watching this on a high-definition screen, you undoubtedly noticed that this particular brand of double-sided tape is almost too sticky. Yeah, some of the tape stayed stuck on the bottom of the treads there, and now I don't think I'm going to be seeing that. I think that the paint, I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to spray it or brush it, but I think the paint will probably cover it, and it might be a little bit, you might say, lumpy and so on, but nobody's going to see it unless you look at it with a microscope, and who's going to be doing that? Okay, I have decided here now that what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray. It'll do a better job. Now, there's something I did not explain yesterday. Just let me very carefully grab hold of this and move it out of the way. Now, this was the green masking tape stuck down on the wooden block. And then I put the double-sided tape, which is, here's another piece right here. I haven't removed the top off it yet. But I stuck that on top of the green masking tape. Now, the reason I did that is because it'll be easier to get this. In other words, this double-sided tape sticks so hard that it permeates its way into the wood, and it makes it very, very difficult to try and get the tape off of the wood. Whereas this green masking tape, it just peels off really easy. Now, I think I can do it like this. I'm just going to try and eyeball it so that I get it over the center of this hole here. Okay. Alright, now very carefully. If I go in too deep, I pull off the sticky part. I only want to pull off the top. There we go. Made it. Alright. Now, I don't want to stick this down real hard. I just want it to not blow away. So I'm pretty sure that that's going to be good. Now, another thing I've learned about this tape is this double-sided tape. If you remove your part off right away, generally you can get away with not getting anything stuck on it. Let's see if I could. Maybe I should use different tweezers. Yeah, there's less chance of these ones here scraping the paint off. Okay, now let's see if it's going to work. Okay, now, you can probably see this better than I can, but there shouldn't be anything on the top of the railing there. So, at least, that's the plan. Okay, here is the plan. Now, I do not want to be spraying it on any more than just enough to cover the glinting of the photo etch. And in other words, if I pool it on like I did yesterday, it's going to get, it's going to lay against where the tape is holding onto the railing, and when I pull it away, it's probably going to be a bit of a mess there if it's really pooled on. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on this as it's turning, and as soon as the photo etch disappears, stop, because spraying it anymore isn't going to make it better. It's only going to make it thicker, and we don't need that. I'll use the macro lens. We just have the one color to do this, so it should be fairly easy. And we just have the 5 pieces, so it should go fairly fast here. I may not even bother putting the cap on the reservoir. Anyway, let's get going here. I'm going to reset up, put the macro lens on, and hopefully you'll see it. No, we don't want this in there. about as much time has passed here right now as it took me to clean out the airbrush. In other words, probably 15-20 minutes. And with the humidity as low as it is, these appear to be dry already. Now I think if I'm smart, I'm going to get these ladders off of the double-sided tape now instead of waiting for tomorrow morning. I'll put the macro lens back on, and we'll just see if we can see any tape residue or paint buildup or anything that just doesn't look quite right on the railing when we turn them right side up. Okay, I'm just looking at the monitor here now, and it appears that I may have bent this one over just a little bit. I'm not sure. Well, we can always straighten it later. And there isn't very much contrast going on there. Maybe I can adjust it later in post. I am sort of seeing a tiny bit of what you might call photo etch glinting through, but nothing like it was. So how did we do now on the tops of the railings? Yeah, I've accidentally bent this one. I think I know when I did it too. It's about 5 minutes ago when I was readjusting everything here. That's okay, we can straighten that. Okay, let's get another one here. Just grab hold of it and pull it off. Turn it over. Oops. Okay, I'm not seeing any stuff on the top of the railing. Now that one looks good too. Maybe you can see something. I can't see anything. And one more here. That looks pretty good. Okay, we have run out of time, folks. It's almost 2 o'clock here in Winnipeg. So thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.